Here are the tests on my 1992 Peerless Hancock. I don't know if it's actually a Hancock, but that's what they call their elongated front flushers, and that's exactly what this is. Holy cow, there are a lot of mosquitoes out right now. But anyway, I've got it set to the water line on the original flush valve, and it is using one of those Hoover line water-saving flappers that many toilets used. So I think that's probably what it would have had originally, although I've never seen one of these with an original flapper, so I'm only guessing. But anyway, I'll show you guys a flush, and then let's see how it does on tests. The flush is very typical. It cuts off short just like every other front flusher in existence. So I'm not expecting it to do well, obviously, because the trapway is too small for even 3 fingers to fit in. So for the first test, let's start with a washcloth. After seeing the size of the trapway, I really don't know how this will do. I've seen toilets like this before and said, oh, obviously it's not going to pass the washcloth, this thing's going to be the worst toilet ever, but then it actually passes, so I really can't predict how it will do on this. Although I've never seen a toilet with a trapway this small. Looks like we've got a perfect pass. I can't say I'm surprised, honestly. A washcloth is about the least a toilet can do. I'm going to try a newer washcloth and see if that makes a difference. At least I think this one's newer. It's from the same pack as the blue one, but despite it being dirtier, I don't think it's been used as much. Ha! It's clogged. It's clogged on a washcloth. Awesome. Still clogged on a washcloth, but it's going to unclog itself before it overflows. It drains so slowly, too. That's pathetic, honestly. That's really pathetic. That's a washcloth, guys. A washcloth. This toilet is being smashed and thrown away whether it fails a washcloth or not, so it doesn't really matter. But I just like to shame a toilet for failing such a simple test. For the next test, let's see if it can take a grocery bag. A front flusher with a 2-finger sized trapway is not going to pass a grocery bag. The nice thing about these early water savers is they used a 3.5 gallon tank with a water saving flapper, so it only lets out 1.6, which means I can drain the whole tank when it clogs and use the full 3.5 gallons, which is exactly what I'm going to do now. It drains so slowly. I've never seen a toilet drain so slowly before. Usually when the cloth or bag or whatever it is comes out of the toilet, it just goes whoosh and takes all the water down. But the size of this trapway is so gosh darn small that it takes forever. Now, let's put a washcloth and a grocery bag in the toilet and flush it. I'm not going to see if it can take a washcloth in the grocery bag. It would be idiotic for me to say that. No point draining 3 gallons of water just to have it fill the bowl up and me pull the stuff out. So I'll cut to the chase and just get it over with. I'm being eaten alive as we speak anyway, so I don't really want to linger out here too long. So now let's add some water to the bowl and put a dish towel in it and flush it. We all know this is going to fail. It did not even try. I'm going to end up having to pull the toilet off if I actually get this to go past the opening, because with the size of the trapway, there's no way that it can possibly pass that. So the performance on this toilet is abysmal. Obviously, a trapway that size is not going to get you very far. We will definitely be seeing the actual size of that trapway when I dissect it. I'll take the smallest portion and put a tape measure up to it and see how tiny it actually is. The trapway, that is. So yeah, the performance on this toilet is terrible. I can see why they replaced it, but in all honesty, if it managed to last 31 years, they probably just replaced it for comfort height. So anyway, now let's move on to the flush tests. For the first flush test, let's see how it flushes with a mostly dry bowl. Only reason it's mostly dry is because the flapper leaks. Kinda sad. Kinda sad. Now, let's see how it flushes dirt. I think the flush is probably the only redeeming quality of this toilet, if it has one. So I've mixed some ash with dirt so that we can get a good bowl rinse test. I hope it'll do well. I'm not going to use all of this because it's an awful lot, but I'll get it enough to cover the sides. So the short flush is going to leave some in the bottom, and the bowl rinse, I don't know how that's going to do. I gave it a rim clean out. I didn't miss this side. I gave it a rim clean out, so hopefully that will help. As you can see, the leaky flapper is already starting to move the dirt off of the sides, so I'm going to flush it and see how it does. Okay, so we've got 2 flushes for anything right there. That would take 2 flushes no matter what you put in it. I'm not going to elaborate on what you put in it because I don't want to get myself banned, but it could use some better bowl rinse. The bowl rinse actually seems like it has good coverage. I haven't really gone over this before, the difference between actual good bowl rinse and good coverage, because actual good rinse is going to rinse the sides, and good coverage just means that the water actually goes over the entire bowl. So something like a VHP toilet might not have good bowl rinse coverage, but if you look, the rim jets are the size of a pencil, so it's going to have good rinse in the spots that it rinses. So something like, let's say, a Kohler Highline Class 5, that's got really, really good coverage, but the bowl rinse is insanely weak, so it doesn't work very well. Now, let's see if this toilet can take the rest of the dirt and a little bit of dirt on my fingers. Yeah, not very impressive. So after this video, I'm going to put this toilet on a high tank. I'm going to milk as many videos out of it as I can, and then I'm just going to destroy it. So anyway, that is all for these tests. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe and turn on notifications. It helps my channel a lot, and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.